Good morning, guys. I'm still having my first coffee of the day. I'm a huge coffee drinker. I love my coffee. Anyways, it's a little bit of a late start today. It's 11:30 right now. And that's because when I first got up, I made pancakes for the wifey, did some hubby stuff there, got some brownie points, which was awesome. And now I'm working on editing yesterday's vlog. So that'll be up today's. And then tomorrow I'll get probably, I might leave a day before this one goes up. I'm just trying to stagger things out because I'm working a lot of shifts this week at work. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get any vlogging done after working hours. So fingers crossed I can, but if not, I'm going to stagger these out a fair bit. Anyways, what I'm excited about today, Hicas lockout bar going in the car, working on the steering wheel of the car, and then probably some gardening. Hey, maybe I'll vlog that. I don't know. But yeah, pumped about the Hicas bar going in, lockout bar going in, and that's because it was the one thing that was hindering me from getting on the track last week. So going to put that in. I'm going to show you guys what you need to do, especially to get rid of that Hicas lamp, that light that's going to show on your dash. And just explain how that whole system works when you cancel it. A lot of confusion out there, and people think it's going to make their steering heavy and mess things up, so they pull the fuse out. That makes it worse. So I'm going to show you guys what to do and how to install a Hicas cancel bar correctly in a Skyline. Same for the 33 and 34, as well as the S40 and S15. So that'll really help a lot of you guys. Otherwise, I'm super loving these new Yoshio factory shirts. Seriously, they look awesome. The little Japan thing on the side and on the back. Hopefully you guys could see that. These shirts, actually, we're just getting these all in stock. You saw me pick up stock yesterday. This is all going to be in the Australia workshop location. So if you want one, go get one. They come in black and white, and they're just amazing. And yeah, it really helps and supports Okachan when you guys buy these. So if you can, grab one. They're limited stock. I think we only got 5 of each color in large and extra large, which Australian sizing, extra large is large and large is medium. So we really only have medium and large. Anyways, I hope you guys get one. They're super awesome, and every dollar you guys spend buying Yoshio factory stuff supports Okachan. So make sure you do that. Anyways, I'm going to get back to editing this vlog. And then after that, you'll probably see me working on the car, getting that Hicas lockout bar done. It is stinking hot outside today, so it's going to be another hot day, but I'm looking forward to it and showing you guys how to do that Hicas cancel bar. All right, guys, it is now finally time to take the Hicas bar out. It's nearly 1:30, so I spent a fair bit of time editing and just getting some more OG work all sorted out. So I'm going to jack the car up, set a time lapse, and just start smashing this out and get this done as soon as possible. It's not too hot. The clouds are kind of covering from the sun right now, so that's nice at least. Anyways, I'm going to get started at this and put you on the time lapse. Alright, so here's the Hicas unit, which essentially is like a little electric power steering rack kind of thing. And the way this works is at certain speeds and stuff, when you're turning into corners, through the Hicas computer sends commands down to this guy and this motor, and it's able to then move these little racks here backwards and forwards, which then means that you've got rear steering kind of thing. So that's what is in all the Skylines and a lot of the S chassis. And the first thing you want to do is you want to take this out when you're drifting, because under drifting this will activate and will cause your rear wheels to turn in certain directions, causing you to spin out. It'll also make drifting very difficult. So they're just not a good thing to have in your car when you're drifting. As well as when they brake, it means that your movement in the back is super sloppy and your alignment is never actually accurate. So yeah, a lot of movement and play can come from these when they're quite old. So it's best to just remove them. So now I'm going to go get the Hicas lockout kit. Okay, so here is the lockout bar that I got from UpGarage. It's a second-hand one, obviously, and I got it super cheap. It was only 20 bucks. And this is all you need. You just need this bar that goes in between here, and essentially your rack ends for the rear then connect to that. Now, this did come with some rack ends, but I'm taking those off, putting mine on, because I want to keep my wheel alignment the same as it was, until, of course, I get a proper wheel alignment on next week on Sunday. So I'm going to remove these now and then put this bar in and put my own rack ends on it. Let's get started. Okay, so I have the lockout bar installed now, and the only thing I have to do is zip tie and tuck these wires up above the subframe, and then I just got to pull a wire out of the ECU. So yeah, as I said, I used my original rack ends. Now you probably saw me putting the lockout bar in with the rack ends that it came with, and that was because I needed to bolt it to the chassis so that I could put the shifter or the multi-grips on there and like swing on it and pull on it hard enough to get enough leverage to get them to crack, because they were on there really tight. So yeah, overall it's a really easy install, just providing obviously you got the right tools, and luckily I was able to have enough of the right tools to get the job done. So yeah, I'm gonna tuck these wires up, and then I'll dive into the wiring to get rid of that Hicas light on the dash. Okay, so here's what I've done with the wiring. As I said, you just want to zip tie it up, bunch it all up together here, and then tuck it up kind of above, just here where the subframe is. There's a venting hose that comes along here for the diff, and it's a really good place to zip tie the wires to. And that stops them from dangling down, and also keeps them tucked up and hidden away from like mud and water and all that type of stuff from getting in those plugs. Not that it really matters, because most people, when they put a Hicas lockout bar in, they never go back to Hicas, but just in case you ever wanted to, I guess is a good idea. Try and keep those plugs in good nick. You could also tape them up, that's probably a good idea. Alright, well, that's this part of the Hicas lockout bar installation done. So I'll put the wheels back on and then lower the car. Alright, so I'm in the car now, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to muck around the steering wheel, see if I can get this, I don't even know what you would call this. It's the particular device that allows like the wires to be transferred through the rack even though they're like turning and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can remove that layer, because I really want to be able to put on that D&D hub, because it looks so much nicer than this crap over this. Like, I don't know, I just don't really like this hub, so I want to fix that if I can. But if I can't, I'll try to make it look prettier. I might even like zip tie that together so it doesn't move around and fall off like it was. And then after that, I'll move the car out a little bit, because I need to open that door to be able to get down to where the ECU is, to take that pin and wire out of the ECU for the Hicas diagnostics information. Alright, so I got the wheel all fixed up now, which means it's much more centered and straight on. Wheels are a little bit turned right now, so it's a tiny bit off. But I did look at this hub and removing that mechanism behind it, but unfortunately it's not worth removing, because if I remove that, then there's just too much of a space there and it's not going to get filled and it's going to look ugly. So I just decided to bail on that, which means I'm going to probably look at getting a probably like an NRG hub or something for this, something that's a little bit more low profile and looks really nice and tidies that area up, other than this big janky thing. I managed to zip tie the cover here on, so it's a lot tighter, but it does still move a fair bit, so I'm pretty keen to replace that. But otherwise, what I'm going to do is, now they got the wheel back on and everything, is I'm going to move the car a little bit and get into the ECU, which is down in there, just near that flare. So some of you guys, actually, that's a good time to talk about it. These things in Japan are a requirement. They have a expiration date and everything on them, and this is a road flare. So if ever you break down, you're meant to light this and put it on the road, and it indicates that you're broken down and are waiting for like emergency services or something like that. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this Hicas light here. So that's the light that I was referring to, that will show up on your dash if you don't remove this wire from your ECU. And it's kind of annoying, it's just always on, and it's just, you want to get rid of it, right? As well as, like, if ever you get inspected by the police, you don't want them to think something's up with your car that it shouldn't, so it's a good idea to just get rid of that. Now, there are two ways to do this. You can do the method that I'm about to do, which is removing the diagnostics wire from the ECU, or you can remove the light bulb that's in behind this cluster, which means you got to take all of this out and take that little tiny light bulb out. Honestly, it's just easier to go straight to the ECU and pull the diagnostics wire. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so to save you guys some time from watching the video, when I finally like triple check everything before I pull the pin out and I realize that this is actually the wrong thing to do, I'll just skip straight to it. So while I was triple checking everything, I just wanted to make sure before I pulled the pin out and did anything and broke anything, that 53 Hicas diagnostic wire and speed limiter was definitely correct, because I didn't like that it said speed limiter there. So I did a bit more Googling and some research. Turns out, don't touch this ECU when you're doing the Hicas delete. Don't even bother. Leave it as is. It's totally okay. And the reason why I was like super suspicious is, you know, the 33 and the 34 are quite similar with the Hicas and everything. And in the 34, you just cut a green and white wire in the back from the Hicas ECU. So anyways, after a ton load of Googling, turns out that is exactly what you're meant to do for the 33. So we're going to go to the boot now. So which means I got to go all the way back to the driver's side and pop it. I'm going to pop the boot. Alright, so I got my little wire cutters here now, and I'm going to use that to cut the little green and white wire from this Hicas ECU up top. So it's this top one with the H on it for Hicas, and this is the bunch of wires here that go into it right here, and I'm just going to take some of that tape off, find the green wire with the white trace and snip it, and that's the warning light that goes to your dash. Let's give it the snip. Done. It's a nervous thing to do, but that's literally it. Now, let's check my dash. Okay, so let's just check now that that was definitely the right wire. Super nerve-wracking. Turn the ignition on and you'll know right away. Yep, no Hicas light at all. So all the other lights are on, and the Hicas light would normally be on as well when you just turn the ignition on. Start the engine, still no Hicas light. Perfect. So there you go, guys. If you're ever doing a Hicas lockout on an R33 or an R34, you just got to cut the green wire with a white trace. So that means the wire is predominantly green and there's a white line on it. So it's just that one there. Now, you don't really have to tape this up with electrical tape, but I'm going to do that later. You can probably just tuck it in there and it's not going to conduct on anything because it's pretty far away, but you know, good practice is to tape these up so that they don't touch anything accidentally. But yeah, that's it. That's literally it. Just this one wire to get rid of that annoying light. And then you're done. And you're pretty much good for skids now. So that's also a very important thing. So there we have it, guys. We have successfully exercised the demon out of the R33.4. Hicas is definitely not what you want in your car if you're trying to slide and do drifts. So that's awesome. I'm probably going to sell all of this to Up Garage, get a couple bucks back, which will be great. And then what I'm going to do with the rest of today, when what light is left, is I'm going to do some gardening and sort out our garden beds and plant some seeds, because we want to grow some of our own veggies and whatnot, as you guys saw in the home center video from yesterday. All right, I'll get that done now. Alright, so I'm finished with this garden bed now. I pretty much took out all the weeds and all the roots as much as I could. Then I filled it in with new potting mix and new soil with some fertilizer. Then I kind of turned all the soil. Then I planted, you know, like carrots, lettuce, broccoli. I think there was like some other different variations of lettuce and stuff there as well for making salads. And then I also planted like a nice little small back row of sunflowers. Made Sean's favorite flowers as sunflowers, so gonna get some brownie points and grow some of those for her. This other garden bed here I need to fix up, and I probably need to get a bigger shovel so I can dig out some of the big thick roots that are in there. I'm not sure what plants are in there before, but I'm assuming there was like full on like shrubs or small trees kind of thing in there. And then there's another garden bed over here, which what I'm going to do is probably pull all the weeds out, and then I'm going to fill this up with fresh soil, and I'm going to just grow like huge massive sunflower plants there. I think that's a really good idea to kind of like keep some brownie points with the wifey. She's She loves those, so if I can pick a couple of those for her every week, that would be awesome. Alright, well, that's that done now. I'm going to head back inside. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I hope you had a great day or are having a great day while watching this. I really want a bit of your feedback actually with this vlog, because I did two polar opposites. I went from working on the car to gardening, and I kind of just want to hear your feedback and thoughts on what you guys thought about that. This channel really for me is, I want it to be something where it's not just about cars. I mean, sure, cars are always going to be here, drifting and all that crazy JDM culture type of stuff is always going to be here because I'm passionate about that and I love cars. My businesses and everything like that revolve around it. So that's always going to be there, don't worry. But I really wanted to kind of like follow me and May's life and like growing as our relationship does, like, because obviously we're married and you know, we want to have kids in the future, so like our family's going to grow, and being able to just put that there and share that with you guys, I'm really excited about it. And as well as like, you guys are kind of like a family to me, so like when you guys subscribe, I really consider that as you guys joining the family. And I just really want to say, like, you know, I'm really excited for the future. It's bright and I can't wait till we're there, and I hope you guys are just as excited and you know, to be along and a part of this journey. I'm really pumped about it. So with that guys, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Ja mata ne.